Welcome back, folks. Nash Taters here with another video on War of the Visions. Okay, so new recruit, new units being dropped next week. Everyone's anticipating her, Lucia, the double gunner, or dual gunner. So the question here today is, should you or should you not summon for her? I already touched on the subject of how you should spend your resources. So today we're going to talk about, should you be spending that valuable resources on her? Let's first talk about why she's good. She's good because she's unique, right? She's a dual gunner, which we haven't had yet. She has a sub job of ranger, which has really good skills, and she's a sub job of monk, which is a really good supporting job. Her limit burst, it does good shit, but to be honest, most of the time we don't really worry too much about limit bursts. I think honestly a limit burst is really just to attract people. You know, it's kind of like a cinema. They play, it's like, oh, look at this character, it does this great stuff, right? But from my experience playing arena, you rarely use it. However, if you do want to get her and you want to put her on your team, she does do a 2-hit large damage to target and inflict status ailments. We talked about status ailments before. It is very important in this game. So there you go. It's a large hit, large damage with status ailment ability. So it's pretty good, obviously. One of her skills that she has is dual trigger. She hits you twice, obviously, because she has dual wielding guns, right? So she's going to shoot you twice. One of her passives is she raises her agility and she raises her defense piercing rate. So like a tank who has really good defense, she has really good piercing, so it penetrates through that armor pretty good. So overall, she's clearly just pretty much a better version of Federica, perhaps. You know, take it like a grain of salt, however you want to take that comment. But my philosophy is this. The other day, I was watching this video on a new game I'm trying to try out, Exos Heroes. I'm not going to cover that game because a lot of people are doing it, and I feel like that game is kind of a mess. But, you know, I was just kind of watching other people's video and see what they have to say about it. And there's one gentleman was making a video about re-rolling. And one of the comments that he made, which I really find really just lame, he said that, oh, if you re-roll and you don't get certain characters, your account is going to get ruined. Oh my god, like it's going to be totally ruined. All right, let's digest that comment. What does that even mean? Ruin account. Look, this game gives you a lot of good materials throughout the month, right? And let's go ahead and talk about that while we're there. Missions. There's a lot of monthly missions, right? If you do the monthly mission story quest, you get tons of turtles to give you lots of gold. And at the very end, you get a nice rainbow sphere, which is really needed. Hard quests. You should be doing these to get the farm the shards of your UR characters. Again, rainbow. Right? Look, multi-quests. Potions for your energy. Awakening materials. Awakening materials. And rainbow. And it just keeps going. Every page has these monthly missions that you should be doing. And go to training. Make sure you go to the bottom here. It's very important. Chocobo. You get rainbow. Guild statues. Rainbow. So you should be doing those. And you ideally can get one UR unit to max perhaps each month. And that's kind of what your goal should be, right? At least the game is guiding you towards that direction. So no matter what unit you build, to be honest, your account is never going to be ruined, right? If you chose, for example, Grace as your support unit instead of Ayaka, it's not going to be ruined. It doesn't matter. Yes, you did spend your materials, but you still have a character you can use in all the different situations, the scenarios the game proposes. You know, you're going to be okay. As long as you follow the somewhat general rule of not making all damages and not making all tanks and not making all support. You know, try to balance it out on your team. You'll be fine. Now, even people are going to badmouth this guy. Remember I talked about him? He's normal. He's still good. He's still good. You could use him in the tower. The tower will require you to use your whole roster to be effective, because when they get killed off in the tower campaign, you can't use them anymore unless you spend gems to basically reset the tower, meaning that you can reuse all your heroes again. But why spend gems if your goal is to farm materials, right, for free? So don't listen to people like that. There's just a lot of idiots out there, man. They're just like, they're telling you this nonsense. Even me, I'm just one person. I have my set of opinions. I would like to help as many people out as possible by making these videos and things like that. And I'll give you my recommendation based on my experiences and my thoughts. It's going to be a lot different than yours, right? End of the day, it's just a game. Don't take things too seriously. Normal folks like me, we're doing daily grinds in life, right? We got to pay bills. We have to go to work. We have to do different stuff. Take care of my dogs, my family, things like that. That's our daily grind. You know, we're leveling up in real life. And I want to play games to escape all of that. And treat these as what they are, games. Sure, there's guys out there to try to quote unquote maximize everything, right? There are guys out there. I'm making them right now. But at the same time, go out and read more, you know, expand your knowledge base about, you know, things in this game. The more you know, the more powerful you become, and no one can rob you of that. Play the game however you want to play. All right, end of rant. So let's go back. Do I think you should summon for her? And my answer is up to you, right? I know it's lame to say that, but it really is. Here are the cons of this character. She's a range character, so she's gonna have less hit points. She's gonna move really fast, so that could potentially have her go first on your team, and she again might just run out of the middle and start killing, you know, enemies, and they're gonna all start targeting her and perhaps get her down real quick, and there you are, just lost a unit. Problem number 2, she is a green unit or a forest unit or a leaf unit or whatever you want to call her. And if you go back to this chart here, leaf is weak to ice. They just promoted tons of ice units, right? They just promoted getting, I don't have him, Gilgamesh, which is considered one of the most crazy units in the game, and he's also a premium unit. All of his shards are double the price. But there are plenty of people who have him and maxed out, and they're gonna give him a second master skill, making him even stronger. I recommend highly Mediana, which is one of the better DPSers in the game, better damage, AoE damager in the game. And she's gonna just pretend she can one-shot Lucia, right? Here's the other problem. There's this other character, Yerma. I don't have her on this account, but she's that axe-wielding waifu, super hot, super sexy girl. She is really strong, man. She's really powerful. So if you already have her, you probably already spent a lot of your resources building her. So that's another hurdle you got to get across. You may not have the resources to build her, right? So if you really want her, maybe you just want to summon her to get one copy. That's cool. I don't see a problem with that. But don't burn all your gems on her, because once she's released, she is in the database forever. That means when the games gives you a bunch of 10 pulls, you have a chance to get her. And she may be the exclusive unit a couple of weeks down the road. They're going to promote her again. So the only thing I will recommend doing is, if you are going to prepare to summon, maybe have a quota, right? Have a budget of how much you're going to spend. Say 10,000. So you're going to do 50 pulls for her. If you get her, great. If you don't, at least you have a chance to get a bunch of spheres and shards that you may need for your other characters. So it's not a total loss if you did summon for her. But again, bear in mind, there's going to be a lot better units, quote unquote. I don't want to say better, but there's going to be a lot more units coming out. Every week they're pumping out characters. So go for it if you really want her, but save your gems if you feel like she's not needed necessarily on your team. Everybody enjoys range characters. I have Frederica. I enjoy her quite a bit, but at the same time, I'm not really like aggressively building her. She's fun to look at. She does okay damage, and she's just overall fun, right? Gunners in Final Fantasy world, a lot of people enjoy that. And I believe they're also giving you the weapon to equip her with, right? Let me see if we can find that. I think it's here. Yeah, the threat to the west. So they're gonna give you another go at it for the Raz Elgethi, whatever. Raz. She's gonna give you another gun, another chance at this gun. So farm this gun. You know, why not? Farm it anyways. Just farm it at least to get the bonus materials they offer once you accomplish a certain number of times, right? At least get those things. So clearly they're trying to push gunners in this game right now. End of the day, do what makes you happy. Me personally, I'm not gonna go for her because I already have Frederica on this account, and I already have Yerma on my main account. So for me, I'm not gonna go for her. However, she's probably gonna be a fun unit. A lot of people say online, and they'll say things like, "She's a meta-defining unit." Well, guess what? In the Japanese server, there never really was a meta per se for gunners. That wasn't really a thing. Even the evade concept wasn't really a thing. So global, I hate to compare servers like that, but for me, global right now is all about tanky units and all about one tank and 2 damage units, or maybe 1 tank, 1 regular unit for damage, and then 1 support unit for heals. It doesn't really matter what your damage unit really is, to be honest. And here's the thing. While we're at it, let's talk about Arena while we're at it, right? The beautiful thing about this game is you get to see everything there is. You get to see all the enemies you can fight, right? All your opponents. And if you just hold down this, look, I'm just clicking. Look, just click it. Sorry, yeah, you do have to hold down, my bad. Hold it down, and then bang. It shows you everything. Oh, you want to know this guy's stats? Click on this guy. It shows all his stats. It shows him everything, what he has equipped, everything. So as an attacker in this game, you have a superior advantage. You can specifically target this guy's team. Oh, look, he's running a light unit in the back. Let's see how fast he is. He's only 41 speed. So that means if I have a dark unit that goes after him, my dark unit can just one-shot him, right? Same thing with this. Oh, fire unit? All right. I'll kill him with water unit. One-shot her. See, that's how well this game is designed in terms of arena, because they know and they understand that in arena combat it's automated, right? We can't control anything. All we can do is try to set up our team to try to best the opponent's team. And so, therefore, you can pretty much have your DPSer to be whatever you want it to be to best target that opponent that you chose. So, again, is it really necessary to have Lucia as your damager? No, absolutely not. Because if you already have Yerma, you already have the damager. And Yerma is pretty strong. She also has range attacks as well. That's why I don't feel like gunners are that special in this game. Every character can do range attacks, which is silly to me. Like, if a melee unit such as Orlando, more or less, actually I take that back. Orlando, I guess even in Final Fantasy Tactics, had range attacks, right? For example, even Mont has range attacks. So, because of the fact that every character has 3 jobs, they have a wide arsenal of moves they can use. So there's nothing that's meta-defining or game-breaking. No unit is game-breaking, okay? Japan recently released a brand new character that's Stern, the super version of Stern. And I believe folks already made videos on how to counter him so easily. And he's a premium unit as well. You got to spend 500 gems to get to get 5 shards, where normal units are only 250 for 5 shards. So he's a Gilgamesh character. And he's not, I mean, he's great, don't get me wrong, but he's nothing special. So don't treat these characters like they're gonna break or make your account. There's no such thing. That's why, again, go back to that gentleman's comment. You know, you're gonna ruin your account. You're not gonna ruin anything. If you don't summon for her, you're not gonna ruin your account. If you summon and build her, you're not gonna ruin your account. Play the game how you want to play. Enjoy your game. Enjoy your time that you have playing this game. Okay? Be creative with your units. You can do wonderful things in this game. This game requires skill. A lot of these other gacha games, like turn-based RPGs, it's not a whole lot of skills, right? You just have overpowered units and then just run them over. Those are really pay to win heavy. This game so far, my experience, it's not really super pay to win heavy, because as soon as the free to play players catch up with their team built, they're pretty much almost on equal playing ground versus the pay to win players. The only problem I see with pay to win versus free to play is they can regen their orbs for arena more so than free to play players. Therefore, they're going to have more opportunities to rank up. However, if you take a look at the rewards, 1 to 10, these are all reserved for whales. Reserved for whales. Reserved for whales. In my opinion, 1,000 above are all reserved for whales. And it's only 800, right? Like, again, these type of games are redundant. A whale spends probably like 50,000 gems a week. Maybe more. Right? So 2,000 to them is really not that much. For people like you and me, our goal is to try to see maybe we can just get to the 1,000-ish to 5,000. Because most of us is going to be here. Almost everyone's going to be here starting off. And then your goal is to get to here. And your ultimate goal really is to aim for the 500 per week. Because that is a lot. That's 1 10 pool per month for a free to play. And that's pretty good, right? And that should be your goal, really. And the other thing is, there is no advantage. We talked about this before. There's no advantage a pay to win player has over you based on your units. Simply put, every unit owned by every player in the game is all the same across the board. Everything's the same because all these stats are all static, meaning that it's the same for every account. Again, the only difference is going to be is based off of if they're going to spend more money on orbs to refresh their arena orbs to fight you. They're going to be doing the actual live PvP, which is where actually they can shine more because they're going to have access to more units. And you can't prepare for it because you never know who you're going up against. So that's a real challenge for people, right? If you don't have certain units to counter different combination of teams, you're just not going to be able to beat them. And unfortunately, that is the gap between pay-to-win players and free-to-play players. So my suggestion is, don't worry about it. Like, I don't care about PvP. I don't do it. I just do arena because arena gives me plenty of stuff to help me move along in my account. And the other thing I really want to talk about is, what is the rush? Why are you rushing so fast to get to end game? I'm going to tell you a little thing here. The formula for gacha games is this. If you're a whale, you're going to keep playing every week because they're going to give you new units for you to build every week. And you're going to spend a lot of money, you're going to max out that unit, and you're going to be good with it. But free-to-play players, once they get to a certain point, they realize it's a never-ending thing. They can never accomplish certain parts of the game in terms of getting all the units that they want, etc., etc. So they get burned out, they get frustrated, and they quit. The retainment of player base in these type of games is maybe 10% by the end of, like, say, a 3-month period. That means of the 6 million players that download this game, maybe only a few 100,000 will play over the longevity of his life until they bust out another collaboration and get new influx of players that come in. Most people will quit. And the reason I say this is because, look, every week is 10% player loss. If you just go to your friends list, okay, go to your friends and just take a look. You already have people that are not logging in. I already started deleting people. Look, one day, it's already starting for again. One day, people don't log in. Take a look at your guild. Take a look at your guild. Look, quit after 2 months. Quit after a month and a half. Quit after a month and a half. Quit after a month. Quit after less than a month. Every week, you're seeing player loss. Every week. Because of that burnout. Because people realize it's endless. And all the gacha games are the same. At the end of the day, you have to tell yourself, why am I playing this game? Do I want to play this game long term? If you want to enjoy the game, enjoy it at your own pace. There is no, I'm going to fall behind. What are you falling behind of? So what? They get more materials than you a little bit longer. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference. Arena, there's only 3 units you can use every time. And again, your advantage is you can target your opponent's units. So there's never gonna be a behind. So what? The meta is defined for whales. The meta is never really defined for the average player. And people need to understand that concept. It's something that needs to be talked about and addressed in all gacha games, right? Do what makes you happy. View this as a game. It was designed as a game. It is actually a game. It is literally a game. All right, I'm done for the ranting. So, final suggestion, summon if you really want her. If you like the way she looks. If you just love gunners. If you really need a leaf unit, green unit, whatever. Do it. But I already gave you my suggestions why you shouldn't. Because I know I'm not. I'm passing her. So, that's my 2 cents, right? And we actually did talk about Arena. But I think I'm going to make a Arena strategy video to kind of help out my fellow free-to-play players. There's a lot of elements to this Arena, which I feel like can make PvP really fun. Like, I hate to say the word PvP, right? Because match battles PvP, Arena's Arena. Arena actually can be quite entertaining. And watching automated battles can really actually give you a lot of input on how you should strategize in this game. And so sometimes I suggest when you put on auto battle, when you're doing story or when you're farming for things, just kind of watch what the UI is doing, what things they're prioritizing. In the future, they're going to give us the ability to turn off skills while our characters are in automated battles. I think that's going to be great. That's why I love this game so much. It's so rich. It's so fulfilling. Great art, great designs. Final Fantasy, it's got the Final Fantasy feel because it's from Square Enix. So overall, I think this is the perfect package game for the long haul. I think you can play this game every day and find enjoyment. As long as you just, play at your own pace, you're not going to burn yourself out. And there's enough stuff coming out that you can pass and pass and pass all the time until you finally want specific units that you like. That's going to make you happy in the long run. You don't need to watch these idiots who are making, oh my god, I'm going to get this girl because I need this on my team. And then you look at their monster box, you look at their unit box, they have all these like units built, but then, they're spending tons of money, so they can do that. But you don't need to do that because they're clickbaiting, right? They're clickbaiting you to watch their videos because everyone wants to see other people summon, right? You want to see how other people are doing in terms of luck and things like that. And that's part of the gacha, is gambling, right? But it's not necessary. I already talked about that. It's not necessary to summon repeatedly every week. Save your gems for the units that you really are looking for, and then when you do get that unit, you're gonna be happy, and you're gonna feel better about how you're doing in this game. So, until next time, take care of yourself and your family. Nash Taters out.